My whole life, I never wanted to really like be anything when I grew up. Like people would ask me when I was a kid, and I didn't really have an answer. All I ever really genuinely wanted was peace. Just peace and like community, like peace and a loving community. That's really it. Then I got older and realized like money is a is a factor, but it was never like a dream career for me. I'm extremely talented. I'm really talented at writing music, dancing, making art, like drawing. I'm really talented at all those things, but I never wanted to be famous for them because the lifestyle of fame seemed extremely chaotic to me and not peaceful. And like living like a celebrity just always seemed like a fucking nightmare to me, if I'm being honest with you. So I never wanted that. I never wanted like fame or anything for myself. And like now as an adult, I feel like I can see how so many of us have like really intense childhoods that cause childhood trauma due to emotionally immature parents and them unconsciously repeating patterns and traumatic behavior. And so we kind of like perpetuate this society built in chaos and dysregulation and kind of glorify and normalize that, and then we repackage dysregulation and chaos as excitement, and it causes this society of people who are constantly scattered, constantly seeking the next thing, the next form of excitement outside of themselves, and craving these like sugar solutions and quick hits. And now, you know, social media and everything else, and like TikTok, I can't with that. Oh my god, it's so overstimulating. Like, no thank you. But you know, all these things, like, it takes us out of our body and it makes our attention go in multiple directions at once so that we're never really centered. But then we also, on top of that, tend to, as a society, shame people who are not constantly needing external things, like external validation and whatnot. I myself, I don't know, like I'm pretty much like a homebody. Like I go out, I'll take myself on vacation if there's somewhere I want to go or if there's something I want to experience, but I really like peace. I like taking myself out to restaurants and cafes and brunch, but I'm extremely picky in where I go. I have to vibe with the people, I have to vibe with the environment. It needs to be like low stimulation, peaceful settings. And yeah, I just feel like it's strange because my whole life people have always been like, confirmation, burp, I don't know, kind of like shame me for being this way, but it's like, I don't know, man, like I'm chilling, like I'm content. There's an episode of SpongeBob where it's SpongeBob and Patrick and they're in a cardboard box, and then Squidward, and they're like, I think they're like, yes, wait, this is like honestly my favorite fucking SpongeBob episode. I want to say it's season 2, episode 3. I have a memory of a fucking elephant, so I think that's it, or I could have it flipped, but I think it's season 2, episode 3. They're in a tree house, and it's like that episode where they're like, imagination, right? And then Squidward's on the outside, and he's like, oh my god, you guys are having the best time, like, let me into your tree house, whatever. They're like, no, there's not enough room in here. But then, like, he goes in. I could be mixing episodes, but basically, long story short, they're in a cardboard box, and they're just making up these grandiose scenarios with their imagination and having the best time. And Squidward is like, what the heck? Like, why can't I access this? And he's so mad. He's like, how are you guys, like, having all these visuals and the sound effects and blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, I mean, that happens in life so often. Like, if you are someone who doesn't need a whole lot, and you're kind of like content and can make your own peace and make your own fun, essentially, then people who don't feel as though they have that ability get very jealous rather than realizing that they could do the same. But anyway, I say all this to say, like, people have always been like, why don't you go out more? Like, no, why don't you go do this, and that, and the other thing? I'm like, because I don't need to. I don't have a fucking desire to. And when I don't have a desire, like, things just naturally come to me, and then from that point I can decide if I want to do it or not. But it requires so much energy, exertion, to just waste your time and energy, like, going to all these things exteriorly, rather than just embodying a state of peace, bliss, abundance. And then when you do go outside, like, allow those opportunities to come to you. Or, like, for fuck's sake, we got a fucking phone now. You don't even have to really go anywhere if you don't want to. But, yeah, I'll just say, I think peace and stability and presence and focusing on one thing at a time is so underrated. And I think chaos and quick dopamine hits are, like, so glorified, but you can't build anything from that state. So, like, even with social media, with it being like such a highlight reel for so many people, it's like you're kind of just watching people like, I don't know, like, show their discontent in a way. I mean, everyone uses things differently, right? But it's just like, I feel like a lot of things that are posted are just kind of to be like, look at this cool thing I did, like, let me get the external approval about it, and I only did it so I could take pictures for the thing, not for me, you know? I do know, but peace is cool. Peace is super fucking cool, dude. I'll take a regulated nervous system every day of the week over, like, an adrenaline fix. Like, I think that's the thing, is, like, people are born in chaotic circumstances, and then it leaves them constantly chasing the next, like, adrenaline hit and dopamine hit, and then they get addicted unconsciously to, like, adrenaline, cortisol, and they normalize that because that's been their entire life. And then if you don't subscribe to that embodiment, you're seen as the one who's doing things wrong. If you don't, you know, like, drink alcohol or like, do drugs, like, you're seen as the weird one. And it's like, maybe I just don't need substances. Maybe I just don't need those external things. And maybe that just, like, really doesn't actually feel good in my body at all. And I choose to feel peace, man. Peace is really cool. Like, I really love peace. Peace and love. Two things. That's all. Like, that's what I want to feel all the time. And, like, life force moving through me, like prana and vitality, like when I'm creating, you know, when I'm, like, creating art or something, like, I become awakened and my senses are awakened and I'm very much alive. But it's not from, like, cortisol. It's a different type of vitality that's just, like, source energy moving through you. And that's me a lot of the times, but then also sometimes I'm just, like, chilling like this, and, like, this feels really good too. You know, as a woman, like, we fluctuate. But this is cool. This is good. It feels nice. It feels good to be in a peaceful, restful state, and it also feels good to be full of vitality. But I don't think it feels good to be numb or, like, drained or depleted like substances would do to me. No thank you. And I don't think it feels good to be, like, dysregulated or running off of adrenaline or cortisol. that doesn't feel good to my nervous system. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think as a society, collective, everyone on the planet, if we prioritized true peace within ourselves, it would have such a ripple effect on everyone and everything in the environment. But that requires a lot of people to like come out of survival mode, because I think so many people are in survival mode from chaotic upbringings that destroyed their nervous systems, and they don't have the awareness around that, so they don't change anything. But you absolutely can change these things, and you can heal your body from absolutely anything, and you can change your circumstances. You can do it. I've done it. You can do it too. So yeah, but like so much of it really genuinely does come down to not just mindset reprogramming, but also a regulated nervous system. And we're getting there. Like, certain people talk about this, like Joe Dispenza, solid, but like there's still a lot where people are still kind of stuck in solely the mindset reprogramming. And it's mindset reprogramming and embodiment. It's like it starts in the mind, and it's action steps, and that's your integration, and then like last step is like embodiment and identity shifting. So yes, all this to say, having a regulated nervous system is super cool, man. Super cool, and it allows things to flow to you with ease. Period T.